All right. Today I want to talk about, I guess, what's in the news. I'm a sci-fi writer, so, I just bring my relationship elements as Coach Yo Jeff and my urban writing from Gold Digger Killer to the sci-fi party. But I'm a sci-fi writer by heart, and there was some big headlines in the last 3 weeks, and I wanted to just talk about them, starting with Wesley Snipes wanting to reprise the role of Blade in the cinema and bringing it back to movies. As we know, Blade, did so well. The Blade trilogy. They even had the Blade TV show, which wasn't Wesley Snipes, it was Sticky Fingers. Or Sticky Fingers was his partner, the other one, DMC's brother or something like that, that was in it. I don't think it was Sticky Fingers. I forgot the other one's name. But anyway, he wants to bring that role back. And Blade was hot. I liked all three Blades. Of course, the first Blade, to me, was the best. People think the last Blade, the third one, was whack. And I felt it was watchable, it was enjoyable. I got the whole thing, people think Blade was perfect, and I don't think the Blade movies, to me, were perfect. If I'm looking for perfection, I'm looking at Black Panther, I'm looking at Luke Cage in terms of our expressions and cats being able to be black. Blade, one, Wesley is an authentically black actor. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna bring it with him. He's like Samuel Jackson. He's like Denzel Washington. He has a rep from his movie New Jack City. Nino Brown. That's him. You don't see. It's hard for him to shake that character. So Blade brought that Nino Brown energy with him, and although he was fighting white vampires, it was still, he was authentically black. However, for it to be perfect, that's when you're taking it up another notch, and you almost have to re-envision his character to make Blade black in some regard. You know what I'm saying? He seems like a black guy who was bitten by some white vampires and brought into the white world, or his mother was bitten by some white vampires and brought into the vampire world through coming out of her mother. That's his origin story. So I don't know. I like Luke Cage because Luke Cage is from Harlem. Luke Cage is going to eat at Sylvia's. Luke Cage is going to feel bad when it gets regentrified. He's there. Where is Blade? All of these questions, for me, are beautiful opportunities for Blade to bring back to his storyline, or for them to finish building the Blade character, because I don't think they developed him enough. I also feel like if we was going to go new story, he's immortal. Blade is supposed to be immortal, or he ages slowly. You understand? Wesley is not immortal. So how do you have somebody like, I know black don't crack, but it does age a little, especially when you get over 50, so I think it's a beautiful way for him to do it would be the story take place in the future, like they did Future Past, and even Deadpool 2 had Cable come back from the future. So you could have, like Wolverine, Blade can come back from the future and go in my favorite place, either Luke Cage and bring Misty Knight and Colleen and Rosario Dawson to the big screen, and do something there, or he can go to Wakanda. It's an more expensive movie, but there's, he can come into Doctor Strange's world, because I want Blade to be useful to Thanos. You understand? I want him to come back from one of those futures that Doctor Strange saw and offer something to the Avengers. Now, that said, Blade's powers are something that I feel needs to be given that Apocalypse touch. Remember how in X-Men Apocalypse touched Storm and her powers went up to the next level. He touched a man with the bird wings, Angel, and turned him into Archangel, and he got wings that were metal, and he was able to shoot those wings, and it just tricked him out. He pimped him out. We need to pimp out Blade. I mean, I love him. He's incredibly agile, but he's got to be more than what do you call it, Black Widow, with a little bit more strength and the ability to I don't know what he does. I mean, I know he fights vampires because he's a daywalker, but I don't know what other than strength and heightened senses does that daywalking vampire bring. And y'all can Google me. I mean, y'all can Google me, not Google me. Y'all can send it in the comments on where I'm going with this in terms of what I think Blade can bring. But that's my Blade story. I think he needs to be, one, he needs to be tricked out, and two, they got to work on his agent thing. And I think, sure, team him up with Bishop, you know what I'm saying? Have whatever that future world that he's living in, maybe he lives on another planet. You know what I'm saying? He was a former, Earthling. Now he lives somewhere else. Give vampires some type of celestial relationship. Have him connect with Doctor Strange's world, something like that. I think that all will make us love, and then he can still be Blade, and then also fill in his backstory. Blacken him up. You know what I'm saying? What about him is black? I mean, he grew up as a daywalking vampire, but what were his younger years like? I don't know. Maybe, the second thing I wanted to mention was this new news that came out that Black Panther director Ryan Coogler is going to direct LeBron James's Space Jam sequel or remake. And I'm like, okay. I love LeBron James. He's my favorite player, no doubt. And he's been since he came out of high school, so that's not even a big deal, right? I've been team jumping with LeBron. Ryan Coogler, yo, he's up there. He made Black Panther cool. He created Killmonger. He, improved on all of what Reginald Hudlin and Christopher Priester did with Black Panther. So, yo, props to him. No question, no doubt, right? So the Space Jam story, I was like, really? When I first heard LeBron doing it, I was like, all right, he's getting a money check. Everybody wants to do a kid story, and he's, they make money. It is what it is. I ain't hating on it, but I'm not excited about it, right? I'm too old for that. I mean, I got grandchildren, so maybe, little Ava who want to go see Space Jam, but that's it for me, right? Until Ryan Coogler came in there, and now I'm like, okay, maybe it is going to be good. I mean, I enjoyed The Incredibles. There's a whole bunch of cartoons that I like. So, Avatar: The Last Airbender, these are things that I enjoy, So maybe he can come up with something. Now I'm thinking, what ideas should go into that thought process? Oh, snap. I asked my son this morning, Michael Jordan, he brought Charles Barkley, he brought, I think it was Patrick Ewing. I don't think he brought Scottie Pippen. That's messed up, right? I'm not sure. Muggsy, he tried to represent a diversity. So who would be the four other players? Whew. I mean, you have to think Dwayne Wade is going to be number one on that list. Then I think, regardless of the position, he probably going to bring Kobe. Kobe ain't really had, and then you got to bring somebody big. I don't know, maybe he'll bring Chris Paul. You're just thinking, the tight friendship circle. But that's like mad guards. They're going to need a center. What center would they bring? I don't know. I don't know his relationship with Kevin Garnett. I know they battled with the Celtics, so maybe Garnett is out. Shaq, not that he did the movie with Kyrie Irving, but he's just a very used center. So I don't know. My choice would be Chris Webber, but Chris Webber isn't a center, so you know you've fallen on that. Maybe Anthony Davis, and you're thinking down the future, you know what I'm saying, and giving it some legs. So I don't know. I mean, we don't have, and he's not a big threatening center. Chris Bosh isn't on, you know, he got rings with LeBron, but he ain't on that level. So I don't know who they would put on in addition to him. Oh, if LeBron really wanted to be nice, he would put Andre Iguodala in there, you know, because I'm really sure that they have some type of connection, you know. So that's that. Then where do I think the story could go? Wow. I know they don't think they're going to do Bugs Bunny. I don't think they're going to do those type of characters. I don't even think they'll do that type of animation. I personally think going video game characters would be a real cool element, and doing almost like, if I was to write the story, right, which I haven't gotten called for it. I've never done anything big like that, so I doubt if they would ever call me. But I would definitely love to intern for it and get that experience. So I write for free, right? And this sun is killing me. Wow, sorry, y'all. Y'all can't see me. But I would say almost like Ready Player One, how they did the video games, bring in, you know, various video game characters and make the aliens invade us through our video games, and somehow what's going on in the video game is actually something that's going on in the world. And so make the video game like Tron, have it have real world consequences, and there you have it, you know. But if not, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot more characters that everybody knows of now, so he has a bigger palette to choose from in terms of characters. So I don't know. I don't think he should go 80s. So I don't know. I mean, it's really open. I don't know where they would go with it. I do know I'm excited about it. Probably as more things develop, we can talk about that. But anyway, all right, that's it, yo. I'm in the school zone, so I don't want the police to see me on my video thing. All right, talk to you later. Peace.